Hello aspirants, welcome back. So in today's video, we'll be discussing the TCS Ninja interview experience of a candidate who have attended the interview recently, okay, maybe yesterday. So that person's experience will be sharing, and this was shared to me by a candidate who has appeared in Chennai, okay. So that person have shared me and I'm sharing that with you. Fine. So the first thing is they gave the interview at VIT Chennai, which is in Tamil Nadu. Okay, and the interview experience, first one is tell me about yourself. Okay, this and the second one is project. These two are very important. These are asked in each and every interview. So these two are very important, and with this person also, these were the questions that were asked first. And then she was asked about in which language, which technical or which programming language she is comfortable with, and she mentioned about Java. Okay, she said Java is her comfortable language. So they have asked about, first one is draw Java architecture. Okay, first one is draw Java architecture. Second one is what is JDBC. Okay, third one is JDBC steps. Okay, and the fourth one is the collections. And the fifth question is to write a code to sort the arrays in descending order. Okay, so generally according to other candidates experience, for few of the members the questions were very easy, like palindrome or else prime numbers and all. For some people only, this is also not tough, this is also very easy, but this is not a question which we can say as 10 most simple programming questions for interview. If we can list some 10 simple questions, then this question may not be in that list. So what I want to tell you is, if you do not have time and if you are an extreme beginner in programming, especially if you are from Ninja, there is no coding in exam, no written exam. So mostly you may be a beginner in your coding. So that is the thing I want to suggest is, if you are a beginner and if you do not know anything and if you do not have time, then just go for simple 10 questions. Okay, but if you have some of the time after finishing about your project, after finishing whatever you put in your resume, after finishing oops SQL and all, if you have time, then try to look up for some more programming questions, especially this question, because this was already asked and maybe you might also be asked. Okay, here descending order is mentioned. You also learn about ascending order. Okay, fine. And the next one is about final keyword. Okay, what is a final keyword? Okay, and then the next question is, why should we hire you? This is the question that can be asked in the HR questions mostly. Some of the questions that I can say is, first one, why should we hire you? Second one is, why only you, why not the other person sitting outside? Okay, and the third one is about TCS, maybe the CEO. This I'll be telling in the tips. Okay, these HR questions I'll be telling in the tips section. Okay, fine. So, and the next one is strengths and weaknesses that you're having. Okay, what are your strengths and what are your weakness? One suggestion that I want to give is, strength, you can tell your strength and make sure that that gives a good impression on you. And weakness, do not tell any weakness which can give that person a reason to reject you. The weakness should be in such a way that it's a mild weakness, and it does not affect much on your job that you're doing, and you're improving it, you're trying to overcome it, whatever, you'll have to justify that. Okay, weakness, just do not tell them that maybe you just postpone your things. Okay, if you want to tell that, I'm telling, okay, you just keep on postponing your things, you just procrastinate your work, then do not tell them that I always postpone the things, so that is my weakness. Do not tell them. They will think that, okay, so you'll postpone all the tasks, so you won't be doing anything in the job, so there's no point of selecting you for the job, so we won't be giving you the job. That might be the impression made by you in front of the interviewer. Okay, instead of that, if you want to tell the same point, tell them in such a way that I procrastinate sometimes, but I'm overcoming it by preparing my to-do lists before finishing up my task. Or maybe you can tell in such a way that I write up all my to-do lists before night, before sleeping, so that I finish my work on time. Maybe I'm not telling you the exact sentence formation and all. I'm just telling you the idea. Okay, I'm just telling you the way of answering it. Okay, your answer depends on you, and vocabulary, sentence formation, whatever, you can frame it by yourself. Clear? Fine. So, how do you handle pressure? This can also be asked, and you can mention a scenario in the project. Okay, maybe during your project you have faced something, maybe pressure. You can say, I'm just giving you a suggestion that you can say during your project you were also having some of the exams parallelly, and you were also attending some of the interviews, and you're doing the internship and the project at the same time. So, there was a lot of pressure. So, you split up tasks in your day. So, this time to this time I'll be doing this task, this time to this time I'll be doing this task. So if you segregated all the tasks in a day and scheduled each of your tasks, which made your work easier and with less pressure. Okay, you can say some example like this. I'm just giving you a suggestion. You can follow your own answer, whatever you think. Okay, so this way you can tell a scenario as well. Instead of just telling how would you handle pressure, I'll just split up the task, I'll do the task, I'll finish. So do not try to just stop there. If you can, okay, if you can, just tell them, but do not make up fake scenarios which might look like you're making up fake scenarios, like morning I'll be waking at 4 a.m., I'll be working on my project till 6:30, I'll get ready by 7, I'll travel to college by bus. In bus I'll be reading about all the subjects that I'm going to attend in the college. I'll go to the college, I'll finish all my classes. In the lunchtime I'll be reading my subjects. Do not tell all of these stories that might look like you're making up the stories, you're bluffing. That is really bad impression on the interviewer. Okay, whatever you're telling, tell them honestly. If at all, if it's not honest, also try to make it look like you're being honest. Okay, do not just tell them which makes it look like you're bluffing. Okay, that is very important. Fine. So whatever you're telling, try to tell truth. If not, if you want to lie, then lie in a very well convincing way. Okay, not complete lie, or just covering a little bit. Okay, fine. And then how do you handle pressure? And if I'll give you a 5 cr, then will you start a software company, or will you still want to work in this reputed company? Okay, this is the question that was asked to that person, and that's it. Only these questions were asked. So whatever you're telling, make sure that you're telling in a good way. If you want, go to Google or ChatGPT, whatever, and search some of these kind of questions. Okay, so that if they'll ask scenario based questions at a time during the interview, you might need some of the time to think. Okay, there you might panic. So just go through some of the questions so that you'll get some basic idea about how to handle those questions. If you'll see 10 questions, you will understand the procedure of how to handle that, and whatever the question the interviewer will be asking, you can answer accordingly. Based on these answers all that you have read, you can just understand the pattern, and based on that pattern you can answer simply without much panic and without much tension during the exam. Clear? And one more thing, you should make sure that you're making yourself look like you're going to sustain in that company. Okay, instead of telling that I'll be shifting whatever, you should make them believe that you're going to stay in that company, you're committed to that company, you want to learn and grow in that company, you want to go to much higher levels in that company, instead of switching and going on switching and just going to the next company. Okay, that doesn't make a good impression on the interview. Okay, so these are the questions that was asked to this candidate, and my personal opinions on each of the things about how to answer based on different candidates. Okay, many of the candidates approached me and told me their exam experiences and all. I've made different videos, Ninja, Prime and Digital as well. I'll be putting all the links in the description. If you're preparing for any of those, you can check it out. Okay, and SQL, if you're a beginner especially, I've made a video where I've explained 10 simple SQL questions which can be asked in the interviews based on recent interviews. Okay, so if you're good at SQL, you can skip that video. It's a very basic video. But if you're a beginner in SQL, you're just learning the SQL, then definitely go through that video so that you'll be understanding the pattern about how the questions can be asked in the interview. Okay, based on that you can prepare your own by your own. Okay, fine. So this is all about this person's experience, and then let's go to some of the tips. Okay, as I've already told, many candidates have approached me for sharing their experience. Based on all of that, and I have also attended the interview on 27th of May. Based on my experience also and my friends experience, I've gathered some pattern for the ninja role especially, because I've also attended for the ninja role, the first and foremost important thing is tell me about yourself. Whatever you're telling, they might stop you in between and ask questions from that as well. Okay, so you need to be very cautious about whatever you're mentioning in the tell me about yourself. Okay, I personally told about my YouTube channel, as I'm running a YouTube channel right now. I told about that and they have asked questions from that. Okay, and some other person have mentioned about some internship that they are currently working on. So that internship they have stopped there in the self intro itself, they have stopped there and asked to continue with the internship. Whatever you're done in the internship, what's your role in that, how you're working, what are the technologies you're working with, all of the questions that were asked. So whatever sorry, so whatever you're mentioning in the tell me about yourself, you should be very cautious about that. Do not much panic. One thing that I want to tell is, do not panic, because many of the candidates have told me that they got a feedback from the interviewer, that do not panic, be calm. This was told by the interviewer themselves. So you need not to be nervous. You need to be calm and all. Whatever you go there, you just tell them whatever you know, because for some people the interview might be tough, and do not feel tensed by hearing that. For some people, the interview might be easy. Do not just relax by listening to that. Your interview depends on your panel members, your situations, the way you're handling things, the way your health is on that day, and your location, different factors. Based on different factors, your interview depends. So do not just panic, or else do not just relax. Prepare whatever you can, prepare whatever is mentioned in your resume, prepare whatever the projects you have done, prepare whatever the technologies you're mentioning in the resume, and just go there, be calm. Think that I'm just giving the attempt, I'm just giving my best. Okay, if this will come, I'll be really happy, I'll be joining TCS. Even if it will doesn't, if it doesn't come also, I'll be having a very good experience about how to attend the interview, because this is an offline interview. So you'll be getting a very good idea about how to attend the interviews and all. Okay, as this is an offline one. And afterwards, if you'll attend any online interviews, it will be easy for you. You might crack some other good job. I'm not telling you that TCS is not good, or you just leave it. I'm just telling you to take it in a positive way. Even if you'll crack or not crack also, it's okay. That is what you put in your mind, so that you can feel relaxed. Okay, that relaxed feeling makes you recall your answers even better. Okay, so do not much stress about it. Be calm, do not feel nervous about that. Okay, if you feel nervous during the exam, because of the location, because of the people, because of the venue, even if you'll feel nervous also, just take deep breaths and just stay calm. Okay, that helps your interview very much. Okay, if you're confident enough, even if you do not have much technical skills also, they might select you, because all that they need is a person who can understand technical skills, who is eager to learn, who is eager to work in a team, and is very confident about whatever they are doing. Okay, that is what is checked by the person, because whatever you learn after joining the company, they'll teach you. That is not the biggest matter. But are you a person who is ready to learn? Are you a person who is eager to learn all the new technologies? Are you a person who is confident with all of the things? Are you a person who is good at speaking? Okay, these are all the things that is needed for the company, especially for ninja role I'm talking. Even for prime and digital also, they'll check, but few of the technical skills they might need for that roles. But for ninja, these are the main important things, rather than technical skills, your depth technical skills and all. These are very very important. Okay, so be very well and prepare well. I'm not telling they'll ask, won't ask technical questions. They'll definitely ask technical questions to showcase whatever you have done in your projects and college, 4 years of engineering. So you just have to admit your skill, but these are also, other factors are also very very important. Okay, that is what the suggestions I want to give you based on different candidates experience, of the candidates who have approached me. Okay, fine. So tell me about yourself. And the second most important thing is project and internships. Okay, they'll ask you in depth, especially managerial round is all about projects and internships. So what's your role, what are the challenges faced in your project, what are the technical skills you need, what are the tools you have used. For example, you have done machine learning and artificial intelligence or deep learning based project. Many of the projects nowadays are mostly ML and AI projects. So if you are doing projects on that, make sure that you are answering everything. Why did you use only that algorithm? Why not some other algorithm? How, what app or what did you use to do this? How did you train the model? Okay, where did you collect the data sets? And how did you, for example, we have used YOLO architecture, YOLO algorithm. So How did you import that YOLO algorithm? They have asked. Okay, so these type of questions you will have to learn from your project and internships. This is very very important. And the third thing is resume. Whatever you will mention in the resume, you need to be very cautious about that. Okay, if you do not know anything that you have put in the resume, you just have your certificate but you don't know anything, you haven't learned anything, you just went and written the exam and got the certificate, or else you have just completed the classes and got the certificate, that's it. You are mentioning in the resume, they'll ask you the question, what you'll do? Okay, in that case, if you have time, go through all the basics related to that. They might ask you basics only. But if you do not know anything and if you do not have time, try to remove that. Okay, if that's the only thing that's present in your resume, you can do nothing about it, you will have to read. But if you have some other things in your resume and in this particular thing you're not confident, then try to remove it before going to the interview. Because if they'll ask and if you'll tell that I haven't learned, then why did you put in the resume, they'll ask. That might create a little bad impression on the interview. Okay, that happened to me, that is why I'm telling you, if you do not know anything, please don't put. I've put about one internship which I'm not confident about and they've asked me, and that made a little bad impression on the interviewer, but later they have asked many questions. Okay, based on that they have sent me to the HR. Okay, because I had other things in my resume like my YouTube channel and all. But if that's the only thing present in your resume and if you're not answering that, that might create a bad impression because there are no other questions to ask you. So uh, 50% of the interview will be based on this only, and you're not even telling this, then how would they would select you? I hope you are getting me. So that is the reason why I'm telling you, if you do not know anything, try to avoid putting that in the resume. Okay, and then fourth one is simple HR questions. Okay, HR questions, some things that I have observed recently is, first one is why should we hire you? Second one is why should we hire only you? Why not the other person sitting outside? Third one is all about TCS. You need to learn about the CEO. You need to learn about the founder, and how many other Tata groups are there. I mean Tata Motors, Tata Hitachi, and all. Okay, learn. Do not learn about Tata Hitachi, Tata Motors. Learn what are other branches present. Okay, in which field they are in. Okay, and then fourth important thing is few of the HR questions will be there, like are you ready for relocation? Are you okay with any shifts? Do you have 60% or 6 CGPA in every semester? And 10th and 12 marks, do you have 60%, minimum 60%? All these questions can be asked to you. Okay, do not much worry about HR thing. But in HR round, you need to be confident. That's it, because there will be no technical questions. Okay, so you do not have to worry about thinking and answering and recalling. You know, do not have to worry about that. Okay, so be calm and composed. HR will not be that tough compared to TR and MR. Okay, and fifth one, if you have time, you do one thing. You go through some of the important HR questions in the Google, especially for TCS interview. You'll be getting some of the questions. Sit for 15 to 20 minutes and you can just recall all the questions. That's enough. Okay, do not have to stress much about these HR questions. Okay, resume, project, tell me about yourself. These are very, very important. And one more thing is SQL and SQL, DBMS, and what do we say? Oops. These two concepts, even if you're not mentioning in the resume, you will have to learn some basics. If you do not have time, just go through some of the interview questions or whatever in YouTube and all. But if you have at least 1 to 2 hours, then spend 1 to 2 hours to learn SQL and OOPS, only basics. If you do not know these before, then at least basics you learn. Okay, OOPS, most important thing is what is classes, what is objects, and 4 pillars of OOPS: inheritance, abstraction, polymorphism, and encapsulation. Learn about these four. And if you have even more time, then try to learn simple 4 questions, 4 programming questions. One simple program using inheritance, one simple programming using encapsulation, one simple programming question using abstraction, and one simple question using inheritance, polymorphism. Okay, so these simple questions you learn. If you do not have time, if you're rushing, then just learn about those 4 pillars, classes, objects, and few of the simple concepts or noobs. That is enough, especially for ninja role. That is enough. And coming to SQL, I've already told you, I've made a video, you can check it out. And simple questions, that too for 1 hour. There are more tutorials on YouTube which can teach you basics of SQL in just 1 hour or maybe 30 minutes or all and all. Okay, so do one thing, go through that, or else you have a website called W3 Schools. Okay, in that you can read. Okay, instead of watching the video, you can read all of those things. So that is also good. I have followed that before going to the interview. So that is why I'm suggesting you that if you want to read, you can go there, or if you want to watch and learn, then you can go through YouTube. There are many videos which teaches you about SQL in your own mother tongue, in English, in Hindi, or whatever. So 1 hour of preparation is enough, especially for the interview. Basics are enough. Right now, if you are a beginner, I'm talking. If you know SQL, then you can revise all the concepts that you know. For beginners who do not know SQL at all, for them, I'm telling you. And what else? Yeah, these are important things that you have to know. And ML, data science, if these are the domains of your project, then try to learn a little more on that, because these are the emerging technologies, and they might expect from you that you should know about these and all. Okay, so these are all the suggestions that I want to give you based on my experience, different candidates experience and all. And I think this is the last video, because the interviews are going to end soon. So this is the last video, and I've already told you I've made different videos. You can open our channel. Our channel name will be there down, so you can open our channel, and top more recent most videos are all about TCS only, so you can go through that. And in our channel, I'll be discussing only aptitude and reasoning for beginners in Telugu. But as right now the TCS interviews are going on, then now I'm talking about TCS interviews and all. But after this, I'll be again starting aptitude and reasoning classes. In our channel, I'll be discussing those only, especially in Telugu. So if you're a person who speaks Telugu, and if you can if you want to learn aptitude and reasoning, then this channel is definitely for you. Please check other videos and consider subscribing if you like the content. And if you liked this video, please do give me a like if you feel I've given enough information for you to understand about how the interview is, how you're going to attend the interview and all. If you got basic idea and good tips, if you feel that these tips are all good for you, please do give me a like, which gives a lot of support. And please do let me know your interview experience, and if you got any selection mail, then please do let me know. I'll be very very happy to hear that. And all the very best for your exam, and give your best. Do not worry about it, and see you tomorrow. Bye.